about your film.
Yeah, sure. So this film was inspired by my best friends, beautiful black women who I adore. And when I think about my life, I feel so blessed to be in a loving relationship with my husband. I think he's the best thing ever. And me, loving my best friends, I want them to have the best thing ever. And they all desire romantic relationships so badly, and I listen to their stories about all the terrible dates that they go on and they can't find anybody, and it's just so impossible. That's what it feels like. I'm like, okay, I wanna see for myself, like, is it really that bad in the streets? It's bad in the streets. It's bad out there. But I think that ultimately, if you're able to be just to have all different types of relationships in life, whether that be familial, friendship, or even romantic, it just gives you a fullness. And I just want my friends to experience the fullness of love, because I love them so bad. I want them to be loved just as much as I love them in all ways.
That was beautiful. Thank you very much. Do we have any questions in the audience for Bria Black about the process of making this film, what she went through, what she might have learned about love along the way? Yeah.
How you chose your technique, right? Because this was like a self-documentary first. Like, what was the process for you to decide on that way? What were you like that technique?
So for the people in the back, the question was, how did you choose your technique for shooting this film?
I originally did not want to be in the film at all. I just wanted to show the story, but I feel like when I showed different drafts of the film to the teachers, they were like, wait, how is this all coming together? Like, where is this coming from? Like, why this? And they just had a lot of questions about like who these people are and where they came from. And so I felt like I needed to kind of bring myself in to set the scene for why this is important to me, and just talk about the process of like, how did these people end up on dates? Well, I set them up. Like, how did these people come to? I did all the things. So it just kind of helped have a through line to the importance of the story and how the story kind of flowed.
Does anybody else in the audience have any questions for Bria? Yes.
Hi Bria, I'm Tiana. I have met you before, so I'm gonna give a little backstory so my question doesn't sound creepy. But yeah, I met you at B Suite. I think you were doing we were doing I forget what it's called, just a kind of a survey or a focus group.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So a lot of that focus group had to do with I know that you're not from Minnesota originally. I believe Louisiana.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Good memory.
So leading into the question, just wondering, I guess, back home, did you see more relationships forming younger? Was there kind of a culture around like getting into that relationship, whether it's good or bad, it's just something you need to do? And then coming here, did you see a difference in culture and language and the way that it's talked about, or is it all the same? Just kind of like wondering if there was any difference, I guess.
That was a great question. Bria.
Yeah, so I got married when I was 23. I got married pretty young, and being from Louisiana, that's pretty common. I will say, even still in the South, for black women, it is a little bit harder. So when I think about my high school classmates, pretty much, and it wasn't super diverse where I went, it was pretty much just white people and black people. It seemed like all the white girls were married immediately after high school or a couple years after college, whereas some of my black friends took a little bit longer, but it's still more than here. Coming here, in a place where there are so many Fortune 500 companies, people come here for work, they're coming here to, establish themselves and chase their career, and I think that when I talk to my friends who are now in their 30s, approaching 40, and they still haven't found anybody, the sentiment is like, well, the guys are focused on their career. They want to get their career together first, and then they'll focus on love. But I'm like, y'all are about to be 40 years old. Why are we still talking about career? We need to fall in love. And so I think that it definitely is different here because one, people are focused on their careers. Two, people are really transient. So people are not really focused on love. They're like, I'm trying to get this bag and get out of here. And so here especially, I feel so bad for my friends because in that focus group we talked about, people stay here when they have family or they have things that are tying them here that make them feel like if they were in a bad situation, stuck on the side of the road, somebody would come and get them. The first person that really does that is like a relationship boyfriend, girlfriend. And so when the women come here, they don't have those people that they can feel like they can call in a tight spot. they end up being in situations where they're like, why am I here? Like, the men don't want me. I have these friends, but everybody's leaving. It just makes it hard for Black women here to just stay and feel like they can belong and feel like they have the support that they need, from what I've seen with my friends.
Anyone else in the audience have any questions for Bria? Yes, in the back, we're ready to fight real quick. Feel free to stand up when you speak, please.
First, yeah, I like the premise for your documentary, and I was wondering, how did you get the permit to shoot at a bar? Yeah.
All right, so the question was, how'd you get the permit to shoot at the bar?
I'm friends with the owner, but also it's a Black and Hispanic owned spot, and I was talking about this whole scenario on my Instagram about how I feel like people aren't falling in love and nobody's taking it seriously. And he was watching my Instagram stories. He was like, "Yeah, I agree." He even mentioned that at the restaurant, when he noticed that when women come in, especially Black women, they come in like groups. It'll be like 4 girls and they sit together. And then guys will come in and it'll be two guys at the bar. But he didn't see a lot of people on dates. Even he noticed that. And so he was invested in this story too. And he was like, whatever you need, like if you want to film here, let me know and I got you. So everybody kind of has this investment. There's a universal language of love. Everybody wants to find love or support love. And so I think that he was just excited to see what could come of it.
Does anyone else in the audience have any questions for Bria? Yes, this gentleman in the front.
I guess my question is, what were some takeaways for you from the program that you found really valuable?
The program was very eye-opening. I do like social media and stuff for fun, so like making Instagram reels and stuff like that, but making a documentary is totally different. Like, it's a totally different process. And I just learned that like the story really is important, and having something that people can kind of follow, and because I have a lot of context in my head about all these things, but somebody who's like you never, like, you don't know anything about this process. Like, how can I make a story that you can resonate with without any other context? And I feel like I really refined, or am continually refining my storytelling skills to tell like a succinct, understandable, clear story.
I believe we also had a question in the back.
Okay,
Yes.
one more. Oh, I thought it was awesome. Thank you. Can you just give us a little, like, where did you find the guys to go on the dates with them? And then, like, is there an addendum? Like, what happened to your friends now? Are they dating anybody, or have they found anybody? And where would they find them?
Where did you find the guys, and where are the people in the documentary now?
So, again, I started all of this from ranting on my Instagram stories about how people don't fall in love. I ended up watching the Love is Blind season in Minnesota, and it kind of reinforced my belief system about Black women can't find love in the Twin Cities. And so I made this post, and I was like, if you are looking for Black love, hit me up. Like, fill out this form. I will try to match you up with somebody. And I had 60 people fill out the form. It was 50 women and 10 men. So again, reinforcement. But the people that signed up for the matchmaking service, that had them fill out a form about like, what are your interests, like how old are you, where are you from, what are your deal breakers, and with that information, I just sifted some people out, and I invited people that I wanted to come back for an interview. So I have more interviews with more women, more guys, and then my friends and I took that footage and we looked through all of it, and we spent like 5 hours watching all the videos and like matching people up and setting people up on dates. And so this clip is just a small snippet of a lot of footage that I have, and I plan to, yes, and I plan to compile all of it and make a show for my YouTube channel and just show the whole process end to end. If you want to know how it ended, there's no love. Where's there? We need more help. We need more opportunities for love. Nobody's together.
We do have time for one final question. Any last questions? Yes.
Hey, I had a question specifically around, like, as was just mentioned, which is going to be on your YouTube channel. Was there something that changed at the end of the process that you're like, I want to explore this a little bit further? Maybe it's like, why is it hard to find love? Why is there like a work and life balance here in Minnesota, specifically culturally? Like, was there any part of it that you're like, I want to get more into this, explore, like maybe in a different documentary, like knowing that you have so much content already? Yeah, I'm just curious about the future content.
Excellent, just to repeat real quick, the guest in the audience was curious about future content and what did Bria possibly notice about the work-life balance here in Minnesota that may have been particularly cultural?
So a little bit more context. This is the second time I've done this matchmaking situation. I did this back before Christmas, and I had 2 girls go on a date with this one guy. It didn't work out either. So this is like the second season, so I kind of tried to expand it a little bit and invite more guys, more girls, to see if there was a better possibility of love. And so maybe there'll be a season 3. Maybe I'm just gonna keep trying and I just want one couple to fall in love and stay together for longer than a month. Maybe that's my goal. Maybe I'll just keep trying until somebody falls in love. I don't know.
All right, we would like to thank Bria Black for being in the audience today.